Hello everybody, it's the 29th of June 2015. It's Dan here from Essex, United Kingdom. Now you see in front of me here I have a container full of mulberries. Now I just picked these off of our tree in the garden. This took about 5 to 10 minutes, if that, to pick this rather large amount of mulberries. Now mulberries are a very good thing to grow because the trees are more or less disease free and can live for hundreds of years should they be left alone and not chopped down to build housing estates, but that is another story. Now your hands sort of stain as you pick them due to the nutritious compounds within them. But I would recommend people grow mulberries if they have a garden large enough to support a tree of that size. Obviously you can prune them, but they do need a large garden because the trees are long-lived and get rather large. But you don't have to spray, as you can see. You won't have to use insecticides, fungicides, that sort of stuff. I mean, look at these. These are perfectly lovely to eat, all different shapes and sizes. Very nice, and in my experience you cannot buy these from a supermarket. If you can, I have indeed never seen them. So if you want to produce a fruit in your garden which is more or less trouble free and you have a big enough garden to support one, I recommend very strongly the purchase of a mulberry tree, a black mulberry like this. Okay, now I believe they're around 30 to 35 pounds for a good quality tree. Now that may sound a lot to some, but if you think about how much this amount of blueberries or strawberries would cost you in a supermarket, in the long run the tree is definitely a worthwhile investment. So they're a nice fruit. They look a bit like blackberries, don't they? Except slightly different. Very sort of fruity taste. Really nice. I love these. Okay, so we all know that organic farming is we're being told it is one of the best things that we can do for the future of the human race and for our own health. So I try to employ, organic farming methods or organic propagation methods, organic methods for my own garden. Obviously it's not always possible. An example will be, as you know, I have a peach tree suffering from peach leaf curl, and I intend to spray that with copper sulfate later on in the year and early next year. So in that sense there may be a case for it. But when it comes to things like mulberries, you can grow these without artificial fertilizer, fungicide, insecticide and that sort of thing. And interestingly, I have heard that some of the insecticides work by attacking the reproductive systems of the insects concerned. Now, of course, this will make procreation much harder for them, and therefore farmers won't have to worry so much about damaging insects on their crop. Okay, I can see where they're coming from. But then I also further down read in the article that lower testosterone levels are believed to be occurring among men. So the testosterone level of my generation is lower than what my grandfather's was in general. So that's quite worrying because we need testosterone. I know it sounds like quite a funny subject to discuss, but testosterone is essential for many bodily functions, many of which we know about, and ones that we don't know so much about, like less likely to develop diabetes, for example, if your testosterone level is within the healthy range. This is what the article said anyway. I'll try and find it later on so I can directly tell you people where to look for it. But it's a bit worrying, isn't it, that of course if spray is being used, insecticide is being used on produce, and then we're going ahead and eating the produce, and it's designed to work by attacking the reproductive systems on bugs and that sort of thing. What is it doing to our own reproductive system and our own testosterone level? Certainly food for thought, if nothing else, isn't it? So we're just going to go for a walk under the mulberry tree. Okay, so you can see that we have many nice mulberries here, many indeed. and you can see they're all at different stages of ripening. So for example, we have some black ones and some red ones and some greeny ones here, so they all tend to ripen at different times, so you can have a very good sustained period of mulberries. I believe it's around 6 to 8 weeks, if I remember correctly from last year. So fresh fruit from your own backyard, naturally grown for 6 to 8 weeks from a £30 investment. Of course, all you have to do is be a little bit patient, because these trees are slow growing and of course do not fruit particularly quick. So there we go. I hope this video has been thought-provoking and has been of some help. Any questions, please feel free to post them down below.